Get ready, get ready, get ready. It's Let's Talk Business with Sherryl Cusseaux. It is the third hour of the show, and I'm here with my co-host, Jeanette Diva J. Hort-Smith. Welcome
Hello.
back, Jeanette.
Hi, good to be here as always.
It is always good to be here. What a blessing. Now, I don't know about you guys, Jeanette, but Jeanette has lived in cold, cold weather before. I got up this morning to go work out, and that wind went, phew. And I looked at my phone and it was 55 degrees.
It was quite chilly.
That may mean nothing to you guys. I know you've lived in that DC weather. Our guests have traveled all over, and so they probably welcome that refreshing chill in the air, but it was chilly. So this is fall. We're going to be talking about fall fashion. We always consult with Pantone Institute of Color to determine what the in color is going to be, but we'll get into that in just a minute. But Diva J, we have two amazing, you may have met both of them at some point in time. I know for sure you met Renee. But Diva J, let's just introduce to our show. Both have been on our show before. Renee Armstrong, a CEO of Petal by Rose Gold, was here just last week. So you all know it's October, National Breast Cancer Awareness Month, and she was our breast cancer survivors gift sponsor. And she gave a gift to each one of the survivors, Diva J, absolutely beautiful, from her boutique. And we all worked together. A special thank you, but you already know how I feel about that. And our guests, they'll be piling in. I think they're coming in this week, I believe. But that being said, a special thank you, a shout out to our guests from last week. We really appreciate them sharing their stories. And as a matter of fact, Dr. Vondelin ended up having her breast cancer awareness walk. I was able to go there and support her. The weather was great, a little warm, but earlier that morning, the weather was perfect at Perry Harvey's Park. It was surrounded by these beautiful vendors, the beautiful array of the pink, many pink colors of the balloons saturated that park. The support was great, and she was so excited. Diva J, she had, and our fashion experts will appreciate this, she had these pink boots, kind of like a rubberized, but a pink boot, and she had her logo on there, and that's where the donations were put, and she had them strategically placed throughout, and I just thought that was so cute. And just wanted to say shout out to them. Thank you for being a guest on our show and letting us be able to support you. And thank you, Miss Petal by Rose Gold, Renee Armstrong, who was so moved by it. She said on the show, how do I support? How do I donate? Those are words you want to hear. Diva J, hold me, because you know I'm about to see if she can golf. But that being said, welcome, Renee Armstrong, Petal by Rose Gold. We're going to hear about that name and where it came from and what it means to you. And we are also on our show today. Let's see if we can get her in, because she is in her boutique as we speak. Katira Yorker of Switching Up Styles Boutique. She and her daughter Molly, who own the boutique, are there. Now, Diva J, are you ready for this? We are talking to two Black-owned businesses, Black business owners, and their shops. Y'all saw it on the promo flyer. West Shore Mall and University Square Mall. I think they just call it University Mall now, but how cool is that?
Awesome.
So we're going to hear how they came to be at those particular locations. So we're going to go ahead. Our hot topic today, these ladies are fashion focused and as well business brass. And when we talk about business brass, and Diva J, we have clients, and sometimes we're fortunate enough to be able to mingle and meet with, collaborate with the business brass, the people at the top of their organization. And because they're entrepreneurs, they're already at the top of their organization. Hit the business brass. So we're going to hear about them, what's passionate about their business. And let's just go ahead and get started. Welcome to both of you. Let's see. Switching Up Styles. Miss C, she's going to be back in a moment. So they're getting ready. Oh, there's Molly. Hey, Molly.
Hey.
Customers, listen, let me just let our radio listening audience know, for those of you who are listening, thank you so much. Thank you to our engineers at In Touch News, to our friends on Facebook, on Instagram, on YouTube, all of our social media supporters who are joining us. I'm going to give a shout out to one of my supporters, and Diva J, you know her, Artesia Boss Lady, Artesia Author, Artesia Coach, Artesia Williams. I got this notification today, and I thought it was the cutest thing. And she did that for our show today, inviting some of her followers to come and join you. So, Sunshine, we thank you so much for that. It's a little animated, so when you click it, I saw myself moving, and that just tickled me. But wow, we got an animated support promo flyer. And she supported us last year at the Cornerstone Family Ministries and won the DSI Black Pages auction ad. So she gets to come into the publication this year for free. So
awesome. Thanks, Artesia.
I'm sure she's listening in, but to all of you, thank you so much for tuning in. We are going to jump right in and give you a little bit of information with our first guest, and that is Miss Renee Armstrong of Petal by Rose Gold. So who is she and what is she all about? Where did she come from? How did Tampa become her home? Well, let's see. Her store is a premier clothing and beauty boutique catering originally to women, men, children. That's what birthed her business, from natural talents and effortless ability to stay ahead of the fashion trends. All right. With a love for shopping and fashion, and admittedly, a slight obsession for both. She combined that and just came to her true self and was able to put them all together and create this amazing full clothing boutique. She named it Petal by Rose Gold, and we'll ask her about that. She says her friends always come to her and ask about the latest trends in fashion, what to wear, and that's when she realized, wait a minute, I'm the go-to girl. That was an opportunity to create a business that offers others enjoyment, and it also helps to benefit them too. Who is she? A Florida girl, currently splitting her time between Tallahassee and a little bit of Wesley Chapel. She moved as a child from all over, but she was born in Fort Campbell, Kentucky, but she has been raised in Germany, been in South Korea, and now Georgia, Florida is where she spends and splits a lot of her time. So she's seen all kinds of fashion trends and walks and cultures in that experience. So here's a chance for you to check out Petal by Rose Gold. It should be one of your go-to shops for shoppers all around the world. You're going to talk to us about that. We're going to get in a little bit about e-commerce, but she is a one-of-a-kind boutique. And Diva J, are you ready for this? She has a mobile boutique as well. Welcome back to the show, Miss Renee. So glad to have you.
Hey, thanks for having me again. It's an honor.
Listen, we're just going to dive right in. You were on the show last week, and you heard the incredible stories from our breast cancer survivors, and I'm certain that moved you to also want to be able to help and to share. And you came and you shared with us, Diva J, myself, and the whole MedCore team. Shout out to Michelle Maynard, representing the title sponsor, Wells Fargo, although she just recently retired, and Lynette Darrell. They have just been such true warriors when it comes to MedCore, and that's Minority Enterprise Development. It used to be a whole week, and now we're kind of celebrating it for 2 days. So you both were there. Diva J, it was your first time. Tell me a little bit about the experience, because you were at the showcasing and the luncheon with Brian Butler.
Yes. I thought it was a great experience. I mean, for me, coming back to Tampa and getting engrossed into the community, and more importantly, the small business community, I mean, met so many phenomenal business owners. It really felt great to be back in public, to be able to touch people and talk to them face to face and like really engage with them, I think was the biggest takeaway. As I look at other events, I'm thinking, man, I might need to get a little vendor table again. It was a lot of fun. You get used to this virtual virtual engagement. And while it's convenient and it's great, there's just something about that in-person interaction that you just cannot duplicate. And then the luncheon was phenomenal. Unfortunately, I had to leave early, but even in the time that I was there, seeing the support of the sponsors, you know, Brian asked all the small business owners to stand up, and it felt good to be able to stand up. Yes. You know, and know that you're representing your brand. So I thought it was phenomenal. Certainly looking forward to 2023 and definitely being involved in as many ways as possible. So it was a great event. Thanks again to Michelle Maynard and to all of the board and committee members who put on that event. Yes. I'm sure that it's going to grow and get back to where it was and beyond as the years progress.
Absolutely, because that was their first live MedCore. Mm-hmm. Last year we kind of did the whole virtual piece, and the year before that. So you're absolutely right. But something that you say to our listeners all the time, you said this from the very first show. When we are at these networking events, it's very, very important that you make yourself relevant in the room. You're in the room, but make it work for you. And you're right. When Brian Butler asked the business owners to stand, the corporate procurement managers and owners of these corporations got to look around, and he made sure they took their time and looked at each one of the business owners that stood there. And that's priceless. And also segue to Renee, you got to participate in the vendor showcase at the reception of MedCore. What did you think about that?
Thank you for inviting me to come. It was a pleasure to be there. I got to meet some really cool other business owners, got to support some other business owners. They, you know, shopped with Petal by Rose Gold. Actually able to network with another business owner. We will be styling some models here coming this week. So we're super excited about that opportunity. Yes. To help grow, you know, the stylist brand and to, you know, help further grow Petal by Rose Gold. So thanks again. It was a true honor to be there.
You are more than welcome. You are more than welcome. And listen, the reason you were able to be there, you stood in, and I understand that you guys met each other maybe a year or two ago. You were able to stand in for switching up styles. So Miss C had to do a little switch up so you can come and take her place.
Thank you. Thank you.
But let me take this opportunity because she is here, and so glad Molly is there to kind of help you out at the store. But Miss Yorker, thank you so much for tuning in. I'm loving your backdrop. Let's see, turn that microphone on, Miss C.
Hold on.
There she is. And Diva J, I know you love that backdrop.
I do. The grass wall, the metallic gold popping off.
Thank you.
And when we get a chance, Renee, she'll do a panoramic view, and she has I love that selfie wall. Is that what you guys are calling it, the selfie wall? She has that too. Welcome back to the show. One of my first guests on the campus of 5508. I always tell people to say 5508, but when they named it 5508, they wanted us to say 5508. Wait, that being said, she started her boutique. No, she didn't start it there. She started before that, but we'll get to that in a minute. I just wanted to take the opportunity to welcome you to the show. Not your first time here. Thanks for being a part of that. And can you believe we're almost 4 years old?
I know. It doesn't seem like it's been that long, but time does fly, as they say. But congratulations.
Thank you. Look at the monitor, Diva J. One of the things we did with our 5th hour of the show was we created Show on the Go. This was our very first one, and we called it Denim and Pearls. And the ladies came, they rocked their denim and pearls. Tampa Bay Tammy was a guest on the show that day. Angie Delgante from Accent Styles Boutiques from the campus of 5508. We had a luncheon in the co-working space, and the women came in. El Diva was there. She did a whole fashion show. Angie did a fashion show, but it started with switching up styles and her being a guest on our show. And it was just great. And this is what all of this is all about, ladies, collaborating together. So glad to have you on the show. We're just going to jump right in. We want to know about you. We want to know about your work, your wisdom, your mission. How did you get to this point? So let's just go ahead and we'll start right with you, Renee. How did you get that? Where did that name come from?
So I love rose petals, and I love the color rose gold. So I challenged my followers on Instagram to come up with a business name. I didn't tell them what it was for. It was hey guys, I'm starting a business. I'd really like to come up with the name, and I need your help. So I did a contest amongst my 30,000 followers, and some really great ideas came to the forefront. Petal by Rose Gold stood out. I rewarded them, and here we are today, almost 3 years later, doing great.
That is awesome. I've got to pivot to Diva J. 30,000 followers before she ever opened her business. And how
Yes.
I know you're going to talk about the importance of e-commerce, but Diva J, she's doing something right.
Absolutely. Content, curating content, building a digital brand. And it's not easy. Let's just say that takes commitment, it takes consistency and dedication. So I certainly applaud you for that, because trust me, I say I'm the hairdresser that doesn't do her hair. So kudos to you.
Thank you.
I love it. And I see we have an image, and this is Fly Girl at its best. This is what her shop looks like when you walk into University Mall. But you didn't just wake up one morning and your 30,000 followers helping you pick the name of your company and you ended up at University Mall. Let's back that bus up a little bit and tell us how you actually got started, Renee.
All right. So I worked in student housing, corporate America, where I traveled quite extensively throughout the United States, putting out fires, whether I had to terminate an employee, hire an employee, counsel employees, deal with student affairs. They called me the Olivia Pope of student housing. So I would have to go as far west as California, as far north as Maine, as far south as Miami, just throughout the United States where there was a student housing property. Of course, with that, I'm huge on just bright, bold colors. I try to steer away from the color black. My coworkers fell in love with it, and they knew that I would only wear an item once, or it would just sit in my closet. So coworkers started reaching out wherever I was and be like, hey, can we buy that off of you? And I'm like, what, really, me? So that's where it started. I ended up selling my entire closet, and they're just like, yeah, you need to open a boutique with the same mindset. I was like, okay. So here we are today.
We had a question on our outline that talks about your purpose. I love it when sometimes you don't see it, and it takes the community around you to share that gift with you and let you know that it is a gift.
Yeah.
That is just phenomenal. She sold her wardrobe, Diva J.
Entire wardrobe.
No, absolutely. I think not only is it innovative, but sometimes it makes you think about what are the tools that we have already? What resources do we naturally tap into that we don't think to monetize? Right. So, I mean, I could only imagine, your friends seeing that, like, you know what, let me borrow it, but yeah, let me buy it, because I know it wasn't cheap. So right. I think that is just phenomenal. So, and to Cheryl's point, though, now that you've kind of found this new way forward, what are you hoping your purpose will be? How have you made it feel fulfilling for you and where you want to go?
So the goal was never, ever to open a store. It was never, ever to dabble into retail. I always wanted to do property management. So all of this is new to me. I am literally following what God is telling me to do, because I don't know. I am out here like, all right, Lord, I'm following you. This is this faith walk. Whatever you need me to do, I'm going to do it. But I found myself being an inspiration to other young women, or women my age as well, who are wanting to take that leap of faith, to leave corporate America, to start something that they're passionate about. So I provide a mentorship to other future up and coming business owners, or even business owners who already have their businesses, have their business plan set, but it's just not getting off the ground. So I'm able to provide that, behind the scenes, non-textbook stuff that you can't learn, at the school of business, and help them, catapult them forward. So I think that's my purpose right now.
Awesome.
It is, and you are fulfilling your purpose because you do it with such class. If El Diva was here, she would say sassy, classy, and fabulous. Diva J, when she walked into Madcore's reception with this beautiful dress, and I saw everybody, I was right there with them eyeing this dress. And when you do your little panoramic view, is that little dress in your shop today?
Yes, it is. Yes, it is.
I saw a customer eyeballing that dress, and my niece was there, and she was like, "Oh, this is a must-have. This is a must-have."
Yes.
Don't tell her, but I'll make it her. We'll look at that dress in just a moment, but I'm going to take advantage of the fact that we have, I call her Miss C, y'all, but we have Katira Yorker here, and she's going to tell us a little bit about her business because she's here. And so listen, welcome back to the show. Tell us a little bit. And I love it because her business is also an acronym. So when you hear her say sisters, it's SUS, and SUS is an acronym for switching up styles. But I love it. So I am one of her sisters. Welcome to the show, Miss C. How are you?
Thank you. Thank you so much for having us back on the show. I'm doing well. How are you doing?
I'm great, but listen, you're going to have to tell us, as Renee did, how did you get from your beginnings, your humble beginnings? I know how you got started, but let our radio listening audience know. And now you are at West Shore Mall.
Yes, I am.
That's a stretch.
Yes, it is. But listen, we did pop-up shops here for like 4 years before we even got here, but other than that, we were doing pop-up shops for years and years. I remember even while I was working as a medical assistant, going out to Fair Oaks Park. I know people that come in the store now, girl, I remember. I'm like, girl, I remember too. So yes, I do agree with, I've just found out her name. We always call her Petal by Rose. We never knew her name. Hi, Renee. I like, it's funny that, people call people by their Instagram handle, or like, for instance, me and Mom, we call Petal by Rose. And knowing today, I looked at the flyer this morning. I'm like, oh, her name is Renee Molly. So, wow. But yeah, so I'm, huh? People always call you. I know, they never call me by my name. Yeah. My name doesn't.
But yes. Tell our radio listening audience your name. I always call you Mrs. C.
My name is Catilia Young Yorker. So, but everybody either says, hey, sis, or everybody calls me Miss Switching Up Styles. I rarely hear my name.
I know.
Went to school with, they call me either CC or TT, either or. But now they say, girl, you gain weight, so we can officially leave the TT off the table because you've officially gained some weight. So yes, it has been a long time coming, and I'm still not where I'm supposed to be, but I am on the way. So a lot of hard work, pop-up shops, that is extremely, it's a lot of work, which this is a lot of work too, but people just do not realize how hard a pop-up shop is, traveling all over. We went as far as DC, just doing Kojic conventions for years and years and years, just doing so much, just putting the word out so everybody would know about Switching Up Styles, and still just trying to tap into a whole nother community, if you would say so. A community of sisters.
That's quite the community. And so, and this is to both of you, and I'm sure this is probably on Diva J's list as well. You don't just walk into West Shore Mall or University Mall and all of a sudden, hey, I want this space, here's my check. Walk us through that process, since you still have the mic, Missy. How did you get to West Shore Mall?
Well, me and Rick, who from But me doing pop-up shops here, even before Rick dropped his seed to let me know that he wanted to get here, a lady by the name of Karen Gillum, who I met, I think in Atlanta or somewhere, that I was doing a pop-up shop when I was living in Atlanta at the time. And so she was like, you really should bring your things and do a pop-up shop here. So I would pack my stuff in my 4-door Audi, small. Yeah. So, just imagine putting your whole store into a small Audi. I ain't talking about the new ones that's out. My Audi 97 Audi A4. I'm just packing my whole entire boutique or whatever you want to call it at the time, coming back and forth to Tampa, just doing pop-up shops here at West Shore Mall. And where Artisan Row is located, I used to always take pictures there because she was like, you should definitely move into the mall. I could see it happening. So even back then, the seed was being planted. And then yes, as far as me moving into 5508, Rick talked me into that, and we just became really, really close friends. And so he was like, I'm going to be moving there. So we would just come over to the mall quite frequently. And sometimes he would come without me. He was like, I am going to have a store here. And I never would say it out loud, but I was like, I am going to have a store here also. So, I mean, you have to plant the seed. You have to plant the seed. And I'm definitely a firm believer that you have to tell the atmosphere of the universe, I should say, what you want. So like Renee, I saw the vision, but you know, when you don't really think that you could get there, and I'm tearing up talking about this, but I am so grateful at this point. I know it's going to be very, very hard, but because people always be like, how's your small business going? I'm like, small business, this is big, but we a big business over here. I got to pay the same taxes as, well, I'll say Liz Locker Rooms, Liz Property. We ain't doing no small business over here. There's big business over here. So it's definitely a process of being a woman of color, and just, you know, people saying a Black-owned business. When people say, oh, that's a Black-owned business, I stop people and I say, no, it's not only a Black-owned business. This is a woman-owned business, because I'm just so happy to be a woman in 2022, just knowing how far that we have come.
Absolutely. And you said it. We said part of our hot topic.
Things in the garage as a little girl, and losing her at 14, and just being able to do this right now is truly a blessing. Truly a blessing.
My hat's off to you both.
Wow.
Talk about business brass. You guys are it. So real quick, I know we're gonna come back and talk to you more and get a little panoramic view of your shop. So walking into West Shore Mall, I know Ricardo's is there. Obviously, Rick Rollins, who has certainly been a great supporter, certainly been on my show as well, and a friend. You also have Elizabeth Carson Rocker. She's there. Are there other women-owned or Black-owned businesses there that you have collaborated with, Missy?
Well, Liz isn't in the mall anymore. She just she's back at her own shop on North Florida Avenue, 14302 North Florida Avenue. So she's just there as of now. But yes, Rick has Artisan Row, which sits right in the food court, which is just a collaboration of small-owned businesses that he has there. I think it's about 8 businesses in there now.
Awesome.
Counted since I moved out, but I think it's like 8 small businesses inside the store. Yes,
that's very, very good.
Wow.
Diva J?
Well, I must say, you know, I remember seeing your store for the first time. You're right in front of like the sports store around from the nail salon.
Yes.
And I go there to get my nails done. I remember walking around that corner and I saw those clothes and I was like, what is that? And then I don't know if it was you or your daughter or someone, but I saw that it was Black women in there. And I walked in. You probably don't remember me, but I walked in and you guys, the customer service was great. It's like, how you doing today? And I was like, oh my gosh, like, this is yours? I was like, I need to get out of here. I need to get out of here because I want to buy everything. And so, so I remember I frequent Western Mall quite often, and I knew that was a children's store. So I was very, very, very excited to see what it has become today. But you talked about some of the challenges of, getting to this point. What would you say has kind of been something consistent, your go-to when it gets hard, when it gets discouraging, when the lease comes around and you haven't quite made the sale, or maybe you do, I don't know. What is that go-to? What is that? Because as business owners, we got to have something at our core that keeps us going. What has that been for you?
My go-to has just been my community of sisters, just pushing us in a whole nother direction. Because like for me, when I first came to Tampa, back home I should say, and it was just the accessories and the handbags. That's all I was doing, just accessories and handbags. So that's what I was known for. So then they were like, no, we need this. And like even as now they're pushing me, we need shoes, we need the complete package here. So I'm like, God, how am I going to do this? Where is the money going to come from for me to be able to bring shoes to meet the needs of my sisters, because they're wanting me to expand my territory? So I'm like, where's the cash flow going to come in from? So I just think it's just the community of my sisters pushing me from the norm, or me just holding myself back. And also my daughter, my business partner, she definitely has pushed me from her working in human resources and stuff. She has definitely made me elevate. Mom, no, we have to do this. As far as social media, just different things I wouldn't want to tap into. She has definitely pushed me into a whole nother direction.
Awesome. Well, we want to hear from you, Renee. How did you go? And you've done a different type of transition here, from pop-ups to mobile boutique, and now, and she's at a great spot at University Mall. She is, as soon as you walk in, is that Foot Locker or footwear, Famous Footwear?
Famous Footwear, yes.
Famous Footwear, and she's right there. So you can just go out there and grab the people. But tell us, how did you make that transition?
So it started out online, just marketing on Facebook, Instagram, sending out text messages, staying up all night long, creating content, taking pictures, to when I moved down to Tampa 2 years ago. I got connected with Renee Edwards. And started doing the Saturday morning shops. I'm like, okay, this is happening. So when I purchased the mobile boutique last year and did my grand opening, Renee was like, you've got to bring the bus. You got to bring the bus. So I was bringing the bus. And I'm like, all right, where are we going next? And I spoke to Miss C several times, like, all right, what y'all gonna do? Where do our businesses go from here? And she was like, girl, I think I'm going to West Shore Mall. I'm like, mall? I don't want to go to a mall. No, that's not what I want to do. And she renewed my faith, like, just pray about it, think about it. And we talked several more times. We saw each other at one last pop-up. And it was West Shore Mall, wasn't it, Miss C? West Shore Mall was the last time we were at together? Yeah. We were at that was the last time, and her and her daughter was like, yeah, we're going to West Shore Mall. And I'm just like, yeah, I don't think I'm there yet. Got this bus, this overhead, I don't know. And so, just continue to pray about it. I spoke to a mall in Sarasota. I spoke to West Shore Mall. I spoke to International Mall, the outlets, and University Mall as well. And everyone just kind of like kept giving me the runaround. I was just like, all right, Lord, it's in your hands. I ain't going to fight with it. I ain't going to deal with it no more. And University Mall called me the next day and was just like, we like what you have, and it's going in the direction that we want to go, what we're doing with our renovations and everything. So I sat down with them, They fell in love with my business model. I fell in love with what they were doing, and here we are today. And there's other people who've reached out to University Mall. They come through and they're just like, how did you get in? Just faith, you know?
You said it. You both took a leap of faith. And that's very encouraging, and it's inspiring to other business owners who've been doing exactly the same thing that you are doing, building their brand, building their inventory, building their clientele, making sure that the funds were there to even be able to make that next transition. I mean, you've got to have your financial plan, your financial contingency plan. Both of you had your businesses open, and we went through a pandemic. And I'll switch to you having been at 5508, and then you went from there. I think the last time I was with you, you were on 40th Street next to Total Image Beauty Salon.
Total Image, yep.
And something happened with you though. You got to experience, and you did it at 5508, but the Black Candy Lowe was a guest on our show last month, and Diva J, we were there, we supported the Black Business Bus Tour. It was phenomenal. One bus went to West Shore Mall in the airport, and then the other bus we took on Riverview, Brandon, and then came back to Tampa. And you never know where the buses are going, but you never know where you're going. And I'm looking at this bitch going, wait, drive over here to the airport or to West Shore, but I was where I needed to be. But that being said, what was that like for you? And I can only imagine the guests seeing all of these people come in to your shop.
They were like, what is going on? So all my family pitched in, my 2 boys, my grandkids, I had them working breeders. I was like, when they come, we got to say, hey, welcome Black Business Bus to a family. So Candy has been, oh my goodness, since I met her. She said 2017, I think it's 2016, but we just come together at the media. But she has been such a great sister friend to me. Yes. Advised me. I've cried on her shoulder plenty times, just like, I'm giving up, I'm done. Oh my God,
stay with us.
And so, I mean, she has been such an inspiration, just seeing all the things that she does, and she just helped me catapult switching up styles so much. I'm so grateful for my switching up. I mean, oh my God. I'm so grateful. It's
all good. She is so excited.
Yeah, my Black Business Bus Tour family, they are definitely awesome. They support regardless of whether it's the Black Business Bus Tour or not. They always come in, and I always just welcome people. I'm like, it's not about the money. The money will come. He has proven that on numerous occasions to me. And just come in and just say, hey, sis, man, that makes my day. I'll be so happy when I'm like, okay, I'm here. So happy. So yes, I love my Black Business Bus Tour family, but that was just like, we were overwhelmed, but we got through it. It was so many. Everybody was like, oh my God, after everybody calmed down and we relaxed for a minute, people were like, what's going on? People were like, how do you know these people? And where did this come from? So I was explaining to them about a little bit about what Candy does and stuff like that, the Black Business Bus Tour. So it was really, really good for us. It was a great day for us. And it's always a great day, always a great time with the Black Business Bus Tour. We even closed up and we went and shot with some of the vendors because we definitely don't want to forget our humble beginnings. And so we closed up for a little bit and went and supported other local businesses as well.
Love it. So see what you have to look forward to, Renee?
Yes,
we need to bring the Black Business Bus Tour right on up there to University. We'll need a couple of other businesses though, but I'm sure that Candy would love to be able to bring those buses right on up into University Mall. You may have to move your boutique out. I know once they finish the renovations, you're moving to a bigger location at the mall, and we're so excited for you. Listen, my heart is overjoyed for the both of you. When I lived in South Tampa, West Shore Mall was my go-to place. All the years I shopped there, I never saw a Black-owned business owner there ever. So it warms my heart. I did at University Mall, a couple of barbershops, maybe another business or two, but never. I think it's West Shore Mall now. We used to call it West Shore Plaza. Divas J, what do you have to say to these incredible, faith-leaping entrepreneurs?
I mean, to take the leap first and foremost, to have a brick and mortar. People, some get in, some don't. So when you talk about faith, you ladies are definitely walking in faith. And I think that that's the testimony of any successful business owner,
Amen.
you know, because every day is different and you don't know what you're expecting, but you're going to be successful. And I think that's the key. And then when we talk about some marketing tactics, you know, one of the things that I wanted to make sure we touched on were just some nuggets as it pertains to having some storefronts. Renee, you sound like you're already doing it as far as your digital media, but I think it's, if you have a brick and mortar, you have to have that selfie wall. In today's time, you cannot let a customer leave your store without taking a picture with their bag and thanking you and tagging you. And so you may even want to incentivize that. Maybe they get 10% off on their first purchase if they post and tag you. And then seasonally, changing up the shop. You know, as somebody like myself, I go to West Shore all the time, but it's always nice to have different storefronts. Wintertime is coming up, Christmas is coming up, Black Friday is coming up, Cyber Monday is coming up, New Year's. So you all
don't forget Small Business Saturday.
Small Business Saturday, right? So just changing up the storefront is always a way to engage and or re-engage people who may come and frequent it all the time. And then I also think it's just super important that everything you do is all about your branding and supporting your brand. And so if it's a little something you give to your customers as a thank you token, is it them being able to sign up, you know, keeping their information in your system so that you're reaching out to them with some monthly newsletters with special discounts or specials or announcements about new products or what to look forward to in the upcoming season. All of those things keep you at the forefront of your consumers' minds. And so, I mean, you ladies are well on your way, probably preaching to the choir, but it's just really exciting. As Ms. Cusseaux said, I've been going to West Shore Mall since I was a little girl. I used to get dropped off there. And so I am very, very
probably
excited.
With my daughter.
Not just learning. Yes. Not just to learn that you all are there, but to be able to patronize your businesses and to know that you're there and you're representing, even beyond your brand, you're representing women, Black women, businesses of all types. So really, really excited about that for you all.
Thank you so much.
You know, Diva J, having supported both of these young ladies and their gift, their style that comes with their boutique. Renee, can you walk around? Now, Renee does this. I've seen her customers' pictures. Some are inside of the mall with their bags. She has a wall. You actually have your selfie wall as well. So I want each of you ladies, because we don't want our radio listening audience to be listening to us talk about all of this good business and having this great business conversation, but they want to look and see. Look at all the roses, the rose petals all over her shop. There it is. There's her. See, she's ready. Ring light and on.
Yes.
And they're also, you've got a wall full of rose petals.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, there's your dressing room. See, I've been up in there. Mm-hmm. Even for Breast Cancer Month, she has a whole pink corner.
Oh, I love that. Oh, I love that.
Oh, there's a dress.
That's the dress.
There's a dress.
I will leave that dress to you all, but it's a beautiful dress. You got to have some pretty legs to wear that dress. And tell us why we're looking at all of the orange and green.
You are looking at all of the orange and green because that is my alma mater, Florida A&M University. So we are preparing for homecoming on next week. I will be taking our mobile boutique bus up there to celebrate with all the other alumni, to have fun.
Awesome.
So there you have it, a panoramic view of what it looks like at Petal by Rose Gold, University Mall. Everybody knows where University Mall is. She'll come back and tell you how you can reach out and contact the store and online, because she does her business online as well. And I know DJ is going to hit just a little bit about e-commerce, but let's switch up now to switching up styles. Miss C, can you give us a little panoramic view of what's over there at your boutique?
Get out of this chair. Hold on. Molly, as the camera slipped on here, can you help me out real quick, please?
So there you have it, switching up styles. West Shore Mall. Oh, there it is.
Hold on, you feel, hold on.
Can I see?
Around. How do you turn this
I don't know.
Oh, here you go.
There you go.
There you go. Start from the outside.
Well, Molly said I have to start from the outside, everybody.
I can see what.
So, hey, sis. That's how we greet you. Welcome to Switching Up Styles. This is our new fall window. We just changed this out this week.
Beautiful. Oh my gosh.
I want everything in there.
Bless you. There are those handbags.
Here's our wall. We're revamping it.
Oh, I love it.
This whole area is gonna go pink tonight. And then, you know, our letters that have been with us for so long.
Yes.
Here are our fitting rooms. Pink and handouts. That one has a lot of, I had to put all that in there.
That's cute. I'm shopping through the Zoom.
You our denim.
Ooh, like that denim jacket.
Yeah.
She has a couple of cute denim dresses. That's what almost got me.
Wow.
All of Molly's body products.
Uh-oh, you have to turn.
Uh-oh. There she is.
Now my battery is going low.
Well, listen, this has been an amazing panoramic view of your shop switching up. It is huge.
Yeah, so we'll come back. Let's see if we can. Molly, can you help me out over here real quick?
That's a real leap of faith. Congratulations to
Thank you.
Congratulations to Molly being your right hand and your partner and helping you and getting you to this point to where we're able to do a live show, a show within your store. It's absolutely amazing.
I will not have any other way.
Okay, as she comes back. Well, to answer your question, Diva J, they're doing all of the right things.
Yes. Yes.
Now we want to come back, so hopefully she'll come back on in just a moment. Renee, tell us how our viewers can get in touch with you, and if they're not able to come to West Shore Mall, where can they find you?
Absolutely. You guys can follow us on Instagram and Facebook and TikTok at Petal by Rose Gold. If you'd like to shop online, you can go to www.petalbyrose.com. petalbyrosegold.com. It showcases our boutique, our actual university mall hours, along with our mobile boutique pop-ups of where we'll be going forward. And you can always shop online, pick up in store, or have it shipped. We ship internationally.
That's awesome. Do you have, when is the next mobile pop-up? I'd love to see your mobile.
Yeah,
boutique.
so the next one will be, we go to Tallahassee next Wednesday. So we'll be in
We'll
Tallahassee.
be there.
Right, yeah. We'll be there all week there for that. And then we will be down for a couple of weeks as we'll be transitioning, getting ready for the Classic. So the next one won't be until November.
That's awesome. You get to take your store to the Classic. How cool is that?
Yes.
Sleep in there if you have to.
Right. Yeah.
That is awesome. So we have Miss C coming back. We want to hear from you and Molly. Tell us, we know where you are now. We've kind of seen, that's a huge store as a matter of fact. We see where you are. Please let our radio listening audience know they can leave work now and just go right on over to West Shore Mall.
Yes. So we're located at 341 West Shore Plaza. The best place to park if you don't like to walk is in the in the North Parkade, right where the old Sears is. I always say right before you get to Macy's, pull right in the parking garage. Come in through the first set of double doors, right past the nail shop, and you will see Switching Up Styles right there on the corner. So we literally sit right on the corner in West Shore Plaza. Or if you're coming from PF Chang Way, we are right beyond Luna Cafe, right by the AMC escalator. We're right there.
Great location. Corners are always great. You guys have prime real estate, and especially even yeah.
Real estate. Hello. Yes.
Great. All right, Diva J, I know wants to talk to you a little bit about e-commerce, and then she's going to come back in and lead us into some important announcements coming up that affects Let's Talk Business. Diva J, you have the mic.
Absolutely. So one thing I wanted to ask for Switch Up Styles, do you have a website?
So we just took our website down because I was becoming overwhelmed, and I am a person that if you order from me, I want to get it out in a timely manner. Mm-hmm. So just be here for 90 days. So we will have it back up and running no later than the 6th or the 7th. So we took it down. So we do have a website. Yes, ma'am. So we'll have it back up and running before the holidays. But we do have, as of now, when people want to order, like if they see anything that Molly, because she runs the social media guys. So don't text my phone and be like, because I barely look on there to see what she's posting or anything, because I just like so antsy. So I try to steer away from that and focus more on the store and let her handle the social sides. And she is older than me, so I let her handle that.
And so the reason I ask is because sometimes people, and it's actually good that you made the executive decision to take it down. Oftentimes I say great marketing and good marketing can sometimes lead to a PR crisis. And what that means is that when you market so much, your demand is high and your supplier ability to fulfill that demand is low. And so sometimes people don't know when to cut back. And so I say that when it comes to e-commerce and when you have a storefront and you're trying to manage e-commerce, that can be a lot if you don't have that support. So while I oftentimes say you have to have a website, I certainly think that it's important, especially in the retail industry, that you're very clear on how you're going to fulfill your orders. I have another client in the DC area, Pillar 2 Clothing, shout out to them. They have a store at Pentagon Mall in the 3rd store next to Nordstrom, and really helping them understand their online sales strategy and their in-store sales strategy. Because while you want them to go parallel, one's doing one thing and another's doing another thing, and you really have to stay focused so that both of your customer bases are satisfied and receiving the best customer service as possible. So I think, having a website presence is definitely important, but most importantly, as it pertains to retail, having a strategy around that fulfillment and or even parameters. And I think it's fair. I always say give yourself and your brand grace. Of course, you want to offer that 24-hour turnaround shipping, but when you have a good customer who really enjoys the quality of your product, you can let them know 3 to 4 day shipping, and you have exceptions here and there. And so I definitely think that that's extremely important. So I've already started following you all on social media. Definitely will see my face in both of your boutiques. And I want to definitely encourage our listeners to follow you all as well, share your pages, share your products as you all are sharing, and really patronize you all in person in your brick and mortars, as well as online when possible. Now, I know we wanted to go into, Sherryl, some announcements for some things that are coming up.
I do. I want to ask a question to Renee. Did my dress come in?
Yes, you did. It's here.
Listen, y'all can do that online stuff all you want. I will be at the brick and mortar. You get to a certain page and stage in life, you got to try it on.
That's right. Yes.
I love that you had that mental style. Yes.
And I see you over there with the purses. Diva J, my first show, we had the SJC Cam, and we gave away this beautiful black purse. It was during February, and it had a red heart, and then the heart went into the red shoulder, handles, and we gave that away. It broke my heart because she couldn't get another one. She gave it away, and the viewer that won it, she heard me, and she recognized that the purse meant so much to me, and she said, "I'm going to send that purse back to you." And I said, "Well, you can pick out another purse." So my unique purses came from Sis, and I have this one and you probably don't even have it because that was the style 2 years ago. Remember the big ball with the handle?
Yes,
my Michelle Obama purses came from. All I can say is y'all go to the shop. Go to the shop. Go to the shop. Let me go ahead and say thank you to both of you. Thank you for taking your lunch breaks.
Thank you so much for having us.
To be with us today. We have a couple of events coming up. One Diva J is responsible for, but Diva, before you come, Rick, would you put up the announcement for one of our supporters, one of my advertisers, two of my advertisers, Larry Mitchell, the founder of New Life Outreach. And Diva J, you went over to Lakeland with us. He's putting on their 33rd annual fundraising gala. And Diva J got to go over there. We got to see the housing, the reconstruction, the new property that they purchased in order to help men and giving them a second chance at life and getting them situated with resources necessary to sustain themselves and as they transition back into some normalcy of everyday living. That banquet is going to be Saturday the 29th at a new hotel. I think it's Spring. I have to get the name. It's right there on the flyer. So thank you so much, Larry Mitchell, for the work that you're doing in the Bay Area, period. He's on both sides of the Bay. We'll see him, I think, next Wednesday back at the Well for the East I-4 West Corridor collaboration. DJ, you've been there as well. I know DJ has been hanging with me, and we've just been a lot of places. Listen, we went to the Well on Sunday. Former Hallback restaurants were there, and they did Soul Food Sundays. When I tell you guys it was off the chain, it was off the chain. We not only had food, we got to watch the game on the big screen, and then a dance club. Just line dancing, took it to another whole level. That's all I got to say. Diva J?
Well, coming up on my calendar, on my radar, on November the 3rd, We have the Cornerstone Family Ministries 8th annual Child's Chance for Change Topgolf Tournament. And so what this tournament does is it provides scholarship funds, and it's unique scholarships. It's for 0 to 5-year-olds. It's early learning. We know that when it comes to children, it starts out the womb. And so the Rosa Valdez Early Learning Center here in Old West Tampa serves about 65 economically disadvantaged children. And because of the support from the past years, I'm extremely excited to let you guys know that we're opening a new school, another new school for 0 to 12-year-olds, 87 more of them. And it's over in kind of the Egypt Lake area off of Waters and Habana. And so this fundraiser coming up is going to be raising scholarship funds for all of the students enrolled in the Rosa Valdez Center. So excited, of course, that Let's Talk Business with Sherryl Cusseaux will be in the building. She is sponsoring 2 bays. And so if you are a golfer, I know Ms. Cusseaux has been recruiting her team. They might win it this year. And it's just a really fun event. I mean, you come out, you play Topgolf, you get lunch. We're going to have some live music. We're doing it on the 3rd floor rooftop this year. So it's going to be a really, really nice event. So if you want to join the Let's Talk Business with Sherryl Cusseaux team, you know how to reach out to Sherryl Cusseaux. And if you want to become a sponsor, or even ladies with your boutiques, if you want to donate to the auction, this is a great way to get your product and brand in front of new audiences and potential returning customers. And so I'm really, really excited about that. And then I'll also make another shameless plug. At Dash, I'm also helping to produce the Kappa Alpha Psi Fraternity's 19th annual golf classic. And that's the following day. So that's November 4th and 5th. And so really excited. Their goal is to raise $50,000 to support their Kappa League. And so they are already there. And so this is the most they would have raised, and we are continuing to raise more. So again, if you're a golfer and you want to not just Topgolf, but golf, the Kappa Alpha Psi Fraternity 19th Annual Golf Classic is what you can do. And you can reach out to me anytime, dashmarketing.com or Jeanette at dashmarketingllc.com for more information.
That is awesome. It's all about collaboration and doing the things that we need to do to uplift our community, and always, always taking care of our children. Let me take this opportunity to say thank you. Thank you to In Touch News. Thank you to our social media platforms. Thank you to our 2 guests, Renee Armstrong. We appreciate you. Paddle by Rose Gold, and my sis, Missy, Switching Up Styles. We appreciate you both. Thank God for the way he's growing your businesses and your lives and allowing you all to be an inspiration to others. To my co-host, Diva J, we love the 3rd hour of our show. She's always giving you great Dash marketing nuggets to really help you grow your business. Listen, if you can go, call me. It is all about winning, but listen, we thank you all. We say thank you to all this show, to our radio listening audiences. Ricky, put up that cute little image from Artesia. I just love it. This show is a wrap. Bye-bye. Thank you, everybody. Love it, love it, love it.